What time is it? Summertime. It's our vacation.
What time is it? Summertime.
Kristen here, and we are diving into High School Musical, the series, Season 3, Episode 1. We're going to sleepaway camp. We're about to have the time of our lives. This season is going to be so much fun. They've already teased a lot of things around the show. We're getting music not only from High School Musical, but Frozen and Camp Rock to go along with that camp theme. We're also going to have some new characters joining the mix. We have some great cameos, including some awesome Disney alums like Jason Earls, like Corbin Bleu, like Meg Donnelly, which is really exciting. We also have some other cameos from Broadway legend Jesse Tyler Ferguson, JoJo Siwa. I'm excited. I will say though, if you have checked out my previous video kind of theorizing on who's going to get cast in Frozen, we gotta start all over because now we know not everyone is going to camp, so not everyone is going to get a chance to be a part of this production. We find out that Big Red is staying home working at Slices, Seb is working on the farm, Nini's going off to California with her moms for her own little journey, so we're not going to have everybody here together to do this show, so stay tuned for the end of this video when I'm going to theorize all over again on who I think could get cast as who now that we know who's actually going to be at camp and who can actually be in this production. But let's dive into this episode. We start off with the crew that's on their way to camp. PJ, Ashlyn, Carlos, Courtney, and Gina are going on a little mini road trip to camp. We have this great mashup of High School Musical and Camp Rock with Start the Party and What Time Is It? That was so much fun, and it looked like they were having a blast. And I also just love that while this is a new location for us with Camp Shallow Lake, it's something that's kind of been teased since that first season. EJ and Nini had met and, fallen for each other at this camp.
I met somebody else at camp. I didn't plan...
Wait, is this a joke?
Still talking here.
You're blowing me off for some theater punk you met 4 weeks ago? At a lake?
What are the odds that the guy she hooks up with at camp goes to East High?
Apparently the odds are exceptionally good.
And Nini had that summer of discovery herself, realizing that, she wanted to put herself out there more.
This summer happened, and she, completely came out of her shell.
And became the lead in High School Musical. So I'm excited to see kind of this journey of self-discovery that the kids have at camp this season. And I think they're already teasing a lot of things. It really felt like we're setting the stage that we're gonna be focused on Gina this summer. She's gonna be having a lot of summer first. She's going to camp with her boyfriend. She really wants to put herself out there and be in the spotlight and hopefully get the lead in the musical. She's having such a summer glow up. I loved the braids. And EJ is definitely gonna have a really, really big life-changing summer. The story here is really focused on EJ because he's the one who's been to this camp year after year after year. We got Courtney and Carlos as this little funny duo who don't seem like they're really ready for camp. Carlos got these huge suitcases. Courtney's what am I going to do without my phone? And getting a little deeper into that camp storyline.
Why are you all coming to the world's greatest camp for 2 weeks?
Because there's a secret celebrity!
And the big celebrity guest is Corbin Bleu, playing himself, which I thought was really fun. He did a really great job of sort of poking fun at himself.
You guys are going to be the first camp to put on Frozen!
And they get very meta this season. They reveal that Corbin Bleu is hosting, producing, and directing a TV show about the camp as the campers put on the first ever production of Frozen. It's gonna be a documentary on Disney Plus. It's a mockumentary within a mockumentary, which I thought was really funny. It felt a little bit like Kristen Bell's Encores, if anyone's watched that. But, as you heard, Corbin is not directing the show, he's directing the show of the show. Now they need a director. And Jason Earls, who's playing the camp director here, taps EJ, and it's wait a minute. This changes everything, because EJ is gonna direct the show now? Has he ever directed a show? This already is setting the stage for him to have a life-changing summer, doing something he's never done before, but also does that set the stage for maybe any kind of issues between him and Gina, because he's directing, but she wants to be the lead? Could that cause issues if, she doesn't get it, or if she does, is it gonna seem like he has some kind of bias because they're dating? We also get a little twist where Ricky was not gonna go to camp because he was gonna go on vacation with Lily and her family, because the two of them have still been hanging out. And then he finds the beast harness in her closet, realizing she's the one that sabotaged them and their show, and he doesn't want to hang out with her anymore. So we get our first original song here with him on his way to camp, and I'm ooh, are they gonna set the stage for a little love triangle with him and Gina and EJ. I kind of hope not, because I really like Gina and EJ together, and I don't want Ricky to get in the mix and ruin things. But again, now we got more players in here. We're like, okay, this is who's at camp, this is who can be in the musical, this is who can't. Let's talk a little bit more about our theories on, now that we know who's at camp, who can really be in this show. Let's start with Olaf. I think it's a no-brainer. If it's not gonna be Big Red, he's not there. I mean, the tap dancing king right there. Then I think we gotta go with the next king of choreography, Carlos, right? I think that would be a great role for him. When it comes to Hans, who's a little bit of an evil character, I mean, the first person I'm thinking of is Jet. He's moody. He's clearly gonna go on some type of journey this season, and I think that he would make the most sense. When it comes to Kristoff, I mean, I would have said EJ, but now that he's directing, I mean, he can't play the lead and direct, right? So, I mean, maybe that's why they brought Ricky back in. Give him Kristoff. And then with Anna and Elsa, unless they're gonna bring in some like completely new characters, I think you gotta go Gina as Anna and Courtney as Elsa, because I mean, you know I want to hear Courtney sing Let It Go. I also think it'd be really exciting to see them as black women playing these roles and kind of just breaking boundaries and barriers and being like, yeah, you can play any role, including these roles that maybe stereotypically have not been played by people of color in the past. Why not? Let me know what you guys are thinking of these casting theories. A couple of other things I want to talk about in this episode is that, oh, it looks like Miss Jen did not choose Mr. Mazzara, which I was really hoping for, which I was rooting for. She's about to go on a cruise with Ricky's dad, so I don't know. I feel like the fact that she's not so into this cruise maybe is going to mean that she and Ricky's dad are not really compatible and are not going to be a match, but I guess we'll see. I'm just really rooting for Mr. Mazzara. And then, of course, we had some fun references to High School Musical as a whole. The fact that they were not allowed to have phones at camp kind of gave me Miss Darbus vibes when she steals everyone's phones and is like, no phones allowed in my class.
Sharpay and Ryan, cell phones, and I will see you in detention. Cell phone. And welcome to East High, Miss Montez.
And they do reference the lucky Vanessa Hudgens phone, which was really fun. Overall, I really enjoyed this first episode. I think that they set up a lot of really exciting things and kind of hinted at things that I cannot wait for them to dive further into. I'm excited to see who gets cast in Frozen and just how this summer changes all of them. I think that they're really kind of on this journey of self-discovery and just having like a really big, awesome summer, and I can't wait to see how it goes. I would love to know what you guys thought about this new episode. Make sure to leave a comment down below and share your theories on who you think is going to be cast in Frozen now that we know who's going to be at camp. Consider subscribing if you like my videos, and if you want to talk more TV and movies with me outside of the comments section, check out the exclusive Discord available on my Patreon at patreon.com/kmaldo. If you like this one, you can check out more of my videos right over here. See ya!